Hey, what's going on? Jonnythegamer here, and in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at Jak and Daxter, The Lost Frontier on the PSP system. If you're new to this channel, I like to review PSP games and just sort of let you know if they suck or if they're worth your time. So let's take a look at Jak and Daxter, The Lost Frontier. Alright, so I feel compelled to start off by telling you, like, if you're gonna play The Lost Frontier, please do not compare it to the original game. Do not do that. That is a no-no. The Lost Frontier was not made by Naughty Dog. It did have some employees that came over from Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games to work on The Lost Frontier. It just does not compare to the original three. They're epic. I have just some B-roll here just showing all the Jak and Daxter games I have. I think I have pretty much all of them so far, and I really wish they would make Jak 4, am I right? Who else is waiting for Jak 4? I really want to see it happen. I tend to really like the music in this game. I think they did a great job on it. It has like really good flow to it. I would say they captured the Jak and Daxter feel overall with the music. I think they did a pretty good job. A+ on the music and the sound. It's a little hard to follow at times, but then again, I struggle following cutscenes. I have the attention span of like a little ant. So as far as characters, you've got Jak and Daxter, obviously. You've got Kira, and then you've got this sky pirate named Phoenix, and then you have this other guy that's not a sky pirate, but the Duke of Skyheed, I guess, is his name. So first off, okay, let me just say, like, Kira is just like, what the heck? She's nothing like, first off, she doesn't look like she did in the other games. Doesn't look like Kira, first off. You're like, almost like, who is that even when you first start the game up? And her eyes, she's got those fish eyes, so they're all wacky and all over the place at all times. Oh my gosh. Her eyeballs. And it's not even her looks that are the biggest thing that bug me about her. It's her character. You start off the game and she gets kidnapped, which is totally debatable because she like jumps on the sky pirate's plane in hopes to like what, like stop them. Like, she has no weapons, she has no like tracking device. She could have like, you know, hopped on the plane, thrown on the tracking device, jumped off with a little parachute. No, nothing. Right after, by the way, he stole the Seeker Orb, which again, okay, the Seeker Orb, I'll get back to Kira in a second, but the Seeker Orb is something that tracks Eco. Eco is like the electricity in this game. It's like the currency. It's like the stuff they use to power ships and stuff like that. You probably are familiar with Eco if you've played any Jak and Daxter games. So this Seeker thing is like busted basically, and they're trying to figure out how to use it and how they can like track Eco, because Eco is going extinct, you know, whatever, for lack of a better term. It's hard to find, so that's what the Seeker does. During the game, the cutscenes unfold, right? And you're like, wait a second, she's cool with this pirate guy. It makes it abundantly clear that they have a thing for each other. So Jak is like left in the dark, just like Kira just leaves him. But if you're expected to like want them to date in this game, like all hopes of that in my mind were totally shattered. And then when you meet back up, you work together with these sky pirates to defeat the evil powers at hand. Kira ends up like wanting Jak and this sky pirate Phoenix to be like best friends, and it's like, what the heck, Kira? Like, you're just gonna like abandon me and go off with this sky pirate? And then yeah, and then at the end they kiss. Okay, Jak and Kira totally make out. That was my Kira rant. I knew there was gonna be a Kira rant. While we're talking about characters, like Jak in this game also, he doesn't feel like Jak much. He kind of tries to say these one-liners that are pretty cheesy, pretty cringe.
Someone's been experimenting with Dark Eco. Whoever did this should be destroyed.
Oh yeah, now we're in business.
Do you know what this means?
It means we may be able to create other colors of eco. Buckle up.
Daxter himself is a great character. He feels exactly the same. It's voiced by the same Daxter as it is in every other game, to my knowledge. It's Daxter. Like, he says funny things. It's perfect. They nailed Daxter. So bosses are actually one of my favorite things to talk about. I love bosses. I'm a huge fan of the Monster Hunter series because all it is essentially is like you hunting down big monsters, which are I consider them to be like big bosses. So the bosses in this game, I'm pretty happy with. I have to say, there is one that really pissed me off. It was horrible. It was this ape zombie guy. No other boss was this hard. The difficulty level just spiked. Like, this thing, I found out you quite literally have to just get lucky to beat this boss. Ah! But now I don't have a shield, so I'm dead. You just have to play it over and over and over. Yes, you have certain things to help you. Yes, I thought maybe I have to upgrade this and that, but no, it doesn't help at all. He's just too fast to make this fun at all. This is a nightmare. Like, I just got upgraded armor. It doesn't mean jack shit with this guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's now switch. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Down, 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 down. Fuck. It gets kind of glitchy sometimes. You gotta catch him like in a glitch. This boss is so hard, you have to make him glitch out to beat him. It's insane. Beat his ass. Yes! Yes! Oh my god. I don't know if that was luck or skill. We'll call it skill. Yeah, that was skill. Oh. I need a nap and a cigarette. And also to save my game. Holy shit. Okay, let's move on with our lives, shall we? That doesn't line up with how the rest of the bosses in this game are, though. I really liked all the rest of the bosses. The very first one you encounter in the forest, he's like this machine guy with like blades for hands. He's awesome looking, and I thought they did a great job with the graphics when he stomps the ground. There's this giant wave of like the dirt makes this shock wave that you have to jump over. Thought it looked really cool. And you have to use like your powers to take him down, which I will get into the powers when I get to the gameplay section of this review. But yeah, you have to use your power to take him out, and it was a lot of fun. There is the hot sky pirate chick. She good fighter. What did it say? Oh my god! I need to read better. Oh! Back up, back up. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, she's throwing bombs. You also have this power where you slow down time. So you slow down the time, and like she'll do this, if I remember correctly, she like jumps in the air, and you smash the table from underneath her, it explodes, and then she like slow motion like heads towards the ground and smacks the ground. I just remember that part of it was so fun. When you destroy the table, she totally eats shit. Ooh, bam! I shot the table before. That was oh god. So yeah, each boss kind of has like a big old life bar. It's pretty big. It's pretty intimidating because once you hit them, you realize, oh boy, one hit just like hardly does anything to that giant health bar. There's another gorilla fight that I thought was fantastic. Like, you're in this cave city, and you fight this ape guy that's, he starts like throwing barrels at you and stuff. Holy sh**, dude, whoa.
Dude, he wants to do that to your face.
I could see that, Daxter. Bad monkey. Bad monkey. Yeah, suck it, dude.
Looks like you made a monkey out of him.
I like that. It just... and it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I enjoyed like the majority of the bosses, so yeah, A+ on the bosses except for the one boss that was terrible. And the final boss also is a lot of fun. The last boss is the guy from Skyheed, and he turned out to be a bad guy. He was supposed to be a good guy. Big twist, I know. But yeah, then he turns into this giant, like, dark eco guy that's huge and buff, and I thought his boss fight was a lot of fun as well.
You are too late. The eco core is now mine to use as I will.
Holy crap, he picked up that plane!
Oh! Woo! That rocket jump is the most useless.
I don't even feel your attacks, worm.
Then why are you at like half health, bitch? It took 1 health circle. And yes, I'm pissed about that because the ape barely freaking farted and I basically half my health was gone. Although that ape was so much harder than this guy. Camera zooming in. Oh boy, he's just here now.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
I have to say the gameplay, thumbs up. The platforming, and this is something that, like, since I play a lot of PSP games, you can really screw up the platforming on PSP games. You can just completely destroy it. So I'm happy to report that this game was not bad with the platforming. It was pretty accurate. Jak did what I want him to do. He's got the little double jump with the spinny kick at the end to help you get across distances and whatnot. So platforming was pretty on point. As far as the gameplay, you have like maybe 5 different guns. You slowly acquire each one. You can't upgrade them in like a menu. However, you do find treasured boxes throughout the land, and there's not a ton, but there are some treasure boxes that you can find that upgrade your weapons. They'll upgrade your Vulcan gun damage. I think my favorite gun was that big old grenade launcher with the big old green grenades. Basically, it was awesome. Had to be my favorite gun. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the ships in this game and how, I may have already said this, but this game has a lot of dogfights. You're in the sky, you're in your ship. I feel like they give you a sufficient amount of ships. There's several different ships you can choose from. Also, I wasn't expecting this, but they actually give you a decent amount of upgrades that you can apply to each ship. If you don't like flying, then this may not be for you because there's a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, as much as I liked it and thought the controls were pretty decent, it has its moments for sure that they're dragged out. There were some dogfights where I was like, oh, you're kidding me? This is so long. You're trying to take out these turrets and it gets tedious at times for sure. Not to mention sometimes the controls are wonky. You know, it's not the best, but me personally, I didn't mind how much gun flying there was in the game. So that's my opinion on it. All right, eco powers, that was pretty cool. So you get a bunch of different powers. You get this power that lets you form these giant green crystals in the walls and on the ground. You can't put them wherever you want, but anywhere you see a little patch of green crystals in the dirt, you press a button if you have the certain ability equipped, and it'll grow these giant crystals out of the ground, and you get to platform across them, which I thought was pretty cool. So among the other powers you get slowing down time. I like that one. It's a little bit nerve-wracking at times because it doesn't slow down the time for very long, but you slow everything down. It's like the Matrix. It's pretty cool. Another one I like pretty much all the powers, but another one you get is this big red ball that you just summon and you like throw it at your enemy. And if you aim it right, it'll like land near them and you can just shoot it and it explodes. So pretty cool. You also get like this rocket jump that's pretty sweet. Although I found I never needed the rocket jump ever. Like there are certain natural places where it'll be like flowing out of the ground and they're like, oh, rocket jump right here to the next ledge. And like you needed it then, but they let you have that power whenever you want it. And I never found it useful ever. All right, and we have the very controversial dark eco Daxter sequences. I'm kind of torn on these things. I don't know exactly how I feel about them. Even now, I'm just kind of like, I could kind of take it or leave it. So basically, Daxter gets dark eco poured. He gets like in a vat of dark eco, and I have to say it's a very valid criticism. Like people have pointed out, like, okay, so dark eco changes Daxter into what he is, a little furry ocelot, and more dark eco turns him into this giant beast. Like, it doesn't make much sense. People also complain that it's very gimmicky. It's like tacked on gameplay. But I didn't think it was that bad. Unpopular take, I know. It's not bad. His voice is horrible. I couldn't bear listening to him.
So much dark eco hiding down here. I got enough.
Jack, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's this... Ugh. I hated the way he sounded. I couldn't bear it. That was one thing. But the actual gameplay sequences themselves, yes, sometimes they're drawn out. I get it. They're too long. But I thought the puzzle solving at times, it was pretty fun. I didn't like the combat, I'll say that. It's just kind of button mashy. There's just no rhyme or reason to it. You just kind of slam the ground a bunch of times. You can pick up spiders and throw them over holes though, which is really cool. So you can walk across the hole. I did like that a lot. So yeah, I'm, like I said, I think I'm still torn with a little bit of feeling like, they're okay, I could take it or leave it type of feeling with those sequences. So, all right, so another thing I wanted to mention with the gameplay is the precursor orbs themselves. In the original Jak and Daxter, you collect a lot of them. They're everywhere. They give you a count of like, oh, there's 200 in this world, and oh, there's like 75 in this area. There's 150. I don't remember the numbers, but you get my point. This one, however, like, they're so scarce. They're very scarce, and I think the same thing happened in Jak 2, because I played enough of that one, and I was like, where's all the precursor orbs? Like, hello. So this one does the same thing, and they're just very scattered about. And another thing, by the way, is it annoyed the crap out of me too, is when you're in the city, they give you these little like 10-second intervals to collect one orb. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Half the time you can't find the stupid thing, and it's just a pain in the butt. So I did not like the precursor orb situation in this game. So I have to mention the camera. The camera was just total. It's one of the worst parts of the game for sure. It just does not ever stay in the right spot. It's just very bad. That's all I can say about it. Camera was terrible. Is this game replayable? Would I go back to it? Yeah, I would definitely go and replay it. It was fun. I liked it a lot. A lot more than I thought I would. Like, I would totally replay it. In my book, this game is up there with Daxter on the PSP. People like love Daxter on the PSP, and they, in my opinion, what I've seen, they like to just crap all over the Lost Frontier. And I get it, it's a cringe fest, the cutscenes, but I had fun with it. When you beat the game, actually, it does unlock a hero mode, which is pretty sweet. Alright, I think that wraps up the review. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble on and on about this game. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. So, I know at the beginning of the video I said I would let you know if it sucked or not. This is a tough one, because this game I feel like is controversial. I would recommend playing it. If I had to put on a number on it, I would probably go 7.5. I'd go 7.5 on this. I stand by it. I think it's pretty solid. It blew my expectations out of the water, so that's definitely a factor. If you go in with high expectations, it's gonna let you down, but I went in with like the lowest of expectations, and so I was pleasantly surprised. So yeah, I think that'll do it. Let me know, comments in the comments below. Let me know if you've played this game, what you thought of my review, and I will see you in the next review. Peace. Jeez. I'm telling you, he's just like the mystical old Obi-Wan Kenobi, dude. He's like harmless, and then he can just get into this facility. Like, wouldn't that immediately break your trust with this old man? I'd be like, this guy just like knew the gate code to this government facility. I don't think I trust him no more.